Rest in peace to Cooper. I jumped on a school bus and I hit Brungaruga. Always drunk a A to act, I never drunk a cooler. They get your location, they might park outside in Ubers.
He took it to trial, I tried to tell him it was stupid. They gave him so much time, and knees got weak and he was woozy. Watch the shit you say, the feds be listening to the music. And they gon' take your leaves and build a case and try to use it. DA dropped my murder, didn't have evidence to prove it. I think my house is honey, yeah, about who the ghost approved it. He ain't killed nobody, but keep rapping about the shooting. Still ain't got revenge yet, but keep making up excuses. Cause them drunk so much, lean that his gut got big as goo. Told him quit while he ahead and don't go out like Whitney Houston. He got caught without it, now they robbing him for his rubies. He wouldn't give it up, so he got buried in his Cuban.
Better not bleed no rumors. Rest in peace to Cooper. I jumped on a school bus and I hit Brungaruga. Always drunk a A to act, I never drunk a cooler. They get your location, they might.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 42 of the Splashcast, the ATL edition. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I am your co-host, Norwood, and like I told y'all before, I'm having one of these fantastic Reggie Davis beers.
That boy Norwood is letting y'all know about his wins that he has. It's all right, man. It's all right. I'm happy I can provide some joy to you during football season. So, with that being said, y'all know how we do. This is the ATL edition, man, of the Splashcast, where we talk about everything that is Atlanta, Braves, Falcons, and Hawks. We just did the prelude earlier. Y'all go check that out on Instagram. And we're starting to upload our preludes on YouTube as well. So we can have that going. We talked about Michael Jordan tripping and dipping on his team. And Antonio Brown, Antonio Brown, big shitty, big city, big situation out there with the Bucks. But now we talk about the Braves and the Falcons, man. The Braves are still World Series champs.
Still, you're reigning World Series champs, and the lockout continues. And it's
maybe the longest reigning single season World Series champs of all time. We'll take that record. It is what it is.
We'll take what we can get right now.
But what we need to do is pay Freddie Freeman. But because we're in a lockout, we don't know what's going on. There's so much speculation. Freddie Freeman has had contract offers allegedly from all 72,000 teams in every AAA, single A, double A, major league, South America, Japan. Everybody has offered him a contract except for the Braves, allegedly. So, please do it right.
I don't understand. Just pay him. They're going to play baseball again some point in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and figure out how we keep Freddie.
One of the very last, I guess it's two Anglo-dominated major sports, which is baseball and hockey.
Hockey a major sport?
Yeah, let's say four major sports here.
I'm joking. Facetious.
Oh. With that being said, man, that's our Brave segment. We're the World Series champs. Please pay Freddie. Don't do this. Don't do nothing stupid, guys. We just won the World Series.
Large sums of money. Whatever he asks for, just let him just go ahead and really, for him, back up the Brinks truck.
Man, just call Richie Rich and bring him in and write a blank check and do whatever y'all need to do. That's definitely a 90s childhood reference for y'all if y'all don't get it.
Give him one of them big lotto checks.
Is that a reference to this? Oh, they stopped them. But the Falcons, we got a little bit of Falcons news, man. Off season, getting ready for the draft. But something that I wanted to look at that kind of bothered me. And I'm gonna Calvin Ridley, the guy who stepped away from football for mental health reasons that we found out was possibly a sham, has decided to inform the Falcons after he requested a trade that he has a preferred destination. Let me tell y'all what that is. That is called audacity.
The absolute most.
The audacity, I thought he fumbled. The absolute most audacity to quit on the team, then come back and request a trade and then say, I want to be traded here. Now, I will say that LeBron James has been what you call the players' renaissance for everything that's going on in sports and how players approach negotiating and everything now. LeBron has pretty much made it like I am the commodity, right? So I am in terms of the player is the commodity, and y'all gonna do what I say. It's been more forced trades in major sports than I can remember. But you gotta be productive in order to force a trade to where you want to go. It's not like the Falcons weren't going to pay you. We had the $11 million set aside. It's not like we weren't throwing you the ball. You are our number one receiver. It's not like we didn't scheme. We literally had nobody else. It was you, Kyle Pitts. Gage is okay, but he get hurt every 2 games. You decided that you want to leave, and then you going to come and say, the preferred destination is the Miami Dolphins, so you can create Alabama 2.0 out there. Well, 3.0 because they got it in Philly too.
I won't send you anywhere else. I'll literally send you. I will send you back to Alabama before I send you to Miami. If
I will send you to Green Bay after they release Aaron Rodgers. I am sending you. That is the closest thing to Siberia you can get.
That's low down, boy.
You quit on the team.
I agree with you. Send him up there to be with Jordan Love.
In the cold, catch them bricks all day. Yeah. You from Florida. And you from Florida. So you know you don't like the cold. You was playing in a dome.
Yeah, you can't piss me off and then be like, and that's been a running theme of my life for the last about week. People really pissing me off. And then I'm like, hey, by the way, can you do me a solid? In fact, I won't do you a solid.
Absolutely not.
I am probably the last person on the planet you should ask, will you do me a solid? I will, in fact, do you everything other than a solid. And Calvin, really, this goes for you too, man. I would love to see you in a Jets uniform next year, or I would like to see you in a Green Bay jersey, only if Aaron Rodgers is not there. That's the only place I want to see you. Or maybe out of the league. I don't care.
Maybe out of the league, man. So
XFL. That's where I'd like to see Calvin. Really.
You send them to the Rocks League, the USFL?
Yeah.
The Arena League.
Send them Canadian.
No,
to Euro. You remember the Euro League?
NFL Europe?
Yes, let him play for the Ryan Fire. That's
the Ryan Fire.
That's exactly where I want to see Calvin really play next year. You and fucking Kurt Warner, you chump.
I remember they were rocking those jerseys in the Anglo part of town.
People who have mental health issues should be able to slap Calvin Ridley on site. That's just the way I feel.
Yep. Which is kind of funny. That's the opposite of AB. AB was like, yo, I ain't about to say,
AB definitely the first person that should be able to slap him because.
But they both quit. One just did it in the middle of a game. One did it right after.
I think Antonio Brown actually, what? Oh, no. I just saw a USFL commercial. Hey, with NSA, I know y'all are listening. There's no other time that a USFL commercial has ever come on my television in the history of television.
Yeah, Google be listening.
Boop, I heard that. No.
You saw my face?
We just trying to podcast. That's it, man. All the rest of this, we don't commit no crimes. We are good, strong, family black men. Y'all ain't got to listen to more of our conversations.
With that being said, man, let's get back to the pod, man. So that's our Braves Falcon segment, man. We're going to actually just go straight into the Hawks because this is really what we came to talk about. It is Hawks season.
Hawks talk. Hawks talk 7 in a row. 7 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games in a row.
We needed it. So the Hawks, as my excited co-host just said, have won 7 games in a row. Now, if you remember, we said, hey, we should win a lot of these games in the end of January. All of these teams are beatable. That is something Norwood said. That is something I seconded, was that we should definitely win these games because every one of the teams were beatable, except for maybe you looked at maybe the Lakers and the Bucks, and we said we have to upset one of those teams. Well, LeBron didn't play, so we beat the Lakers, and then the Bucks, we upset them at home.
Like Drake.
So,
the It was an "I'm upset" joke by Drake.
I'm upset. Yeah. So with that being said, man, the Hawks are on a 7-game win streak. We just won today against the Lakers, 129-121. But before we get into our likes and dislikes of the last week's games and predicting next week's game, we got to take some time out and give some congratulations to Trey, man. Round of applause to Trey. Round of applause. Round of applause. He has made his second All-Star team, and he is also a starter, I believe, for the first time. Right. So shout out to Trey. He made it. I can say I'm not surprised. You can say he was gunning for it all in the first half of the season. It was obvious. Congrats, man. What's your thoughts on it? That boy trying to be nice.
Because it is truly an accomplishment. You are the all-star starter. Mm-hmm. It feels good to have players who are all-star level on our team again. That's very exciting. I can't say that I'm
sorry.
Not.
I'm watching the game. I'm a little ahead of Norwood. You'll see him screaming. But you can't say what?
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, no. Lord Jesus. Have mercy. You're playing with my money. You are playing with my money.
So the 49ers just dropped a punt of an interception. It looked like a punt. But anyway, tell me, keep going about Trey.
Oh my goodness. OBJ just caught that thing, and that's helmet to helmet. He probably gone.
Nah, not gone. It's 15 yards. They don't kick you out in the NFL.
Oh, that's college. I do, and I'm gonna say it, and people probably gonna call me a Trey hater. I just tell the truth. I think that he cost us some games early in the season trying to pad his stats to make sure that he made the All-Star game. And he has this, and I want to actually, I'm glad that you brought that up. Nate talked about even in this last game about the team being emotionally drunk. And that's quite the quote to use.
What do you mean?
He called the team emotionally drunk when it came to, the text and the chippiness of the game. And how we started getting into like a back and forth with the Lakers instead of just playing our ball. And I think that Trey has the susceptibleness to sometimes want to try to take on the team by himself instead of just playing good team basketball. He has limited to that lately. I think that a lot of that, and I don't think the teams are paying attention, but that's really good when they trap him early and get the ball out of his hands, because everybody else, you're down one man. And at the same time, it forces him to move the ball. So I like it when they double him, as long as he doesn't try to just dribble in between two guys. But he's an all-star, man, and we needed it. And he's been playing pretty good. He's been playing pretty good, and his defense is better.
You are the worst. You just spoke for 4 minutes about everything except for giving him congratulations about being on the all-star team.
Because some of it is stat pad, man. That drives me nuts. It drives me bonkers. We're trying to win games. We don't have games to throw away. Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. They're going to show it again. Boy,
Yeah, he dropped. I mean, boy.
That's not as bad as the first touchdown that Sawarski Crisco dropped.
They dropped 2 in a row.
He was wide open. I was like, boy, they are not bringing you back. Not to do this.
They ain't got no tight ends. He looked like a long snapper trying to catch the ball.
Oh, that is.
Hey, man, focus. Jeez. So congrats to Trey making his second All-Star game. It is what it is. But with that being said, we have turned the corner. We traded Cam. And we're not trying to harp on it. We're just, it is what it is.
It's a turning point in the season. You can say,
yeah.
It is a point where we were one team, we traded him away, and now we look to be a different team. That's unfortunate that they coincide, but you also have to look at the harsh realities of it was one way that he left, and now it's a different way.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that it takes some type of jolt to get us going. Last year, it was when we made the change from Nate, made the change to Nate from Lloyd. But And this year, and of course, hindsight is 2020. And when more context is added to everything as you get more information, you understand why we just couldn't figure out why the chemistry was so off with the team. And it was because, Cam had asked for a trade before the year. And that's why he wasn't his minutes were so weird. Like, he would play 30 minutes out of desperation, but when everybody was back, they wouldn't play him at all. And I was like, dang, why did not play in Cam? And we both speculated that something must be up. And that's what it was. But now that you've traded him, oh, go ahead.
Why they ain't playing him in New York then?
Because we traded him to the worst possible situation that he could go.
Oh, one refresher. That
was the worst. Tim said, hey, I see all this. I see all the headlines and the excitement about Cam. Got to earn some minutes. They played him 5 minutes. He got a bucket, and they ain't played him since. So,
coach's decision, DNP. Do not play at all. Don't even.
Yep.
Good luck, Knicks.
Yeah, but it's still the same thing that happened with Lloyd is the same thing that happened with Cam. It's unfortunate that we are going on a winning streak after we got rid of Cam, but it also coincides with us getting healthy. So when Lloyd was on his losing streak,
he was out.
Bogey was out, and then Bogey came back, and boom, we went crazy. So the same thing happened here. Traded Cam, all of a sudden, Bogey's on the bench. He accepts his bench role because now there's more shots to go around. The lineup settles, and we start winning. And then we start hearing these John Collins trades because he's been talking about, I'm not happy. And I don't even think he's saying I'm not happy, I want to leave. He's just voicing his frustration about losing. And also, as you pointed out, Trey taking them stupid ass shots in the wrong time of the game, which he did today. But do you think we should trade anybody else? There's been rumblings of Gallo, of Bogey, of John. Do you think we should trade anybody else?
I like it. It would be tough. Look, even Reggie paid for all the beers. He is MI. It would be tough.
Hey, man.
I'll
pay for all the beers every year if Georgia keep winning national championships.
All right, relax.
That's a quick scope. You've been throwing landmines at me all day. I ain't even said nothing.
Frag out. But for me, I like our assets. And it's tricky with getting somebody else and knowing if they're going to be able to compete and how they're going to compete. If Bogey is legit about being comfortable playing on the bench, and I think tonight was a perfect example of you might not start the game, but that don't mean you're not going to finish the game. It's just who has the hot hand, who's playing better, who matches up with the other team is who's going to finish the game.
Unless it's John Collins.
Yes. John Collins needs, yes.
John Collins is going to be hot. Don't matter if he has 77 points on 22 shots. They're not going to give him the ball in the second half for some reason. I don't understand.
It's the second quarter every time. 2 points in the second quarter. But I like Bogey and Gallo enough, and I think that I trust them. I don't know if you have enough time we just kind of settled. I don't want to put a new person in there and then try to resettle and hope that I can trust him to play as good or better than Bogey and Gallo. So I'm rocking with both of those. I like, especially with a Kungwu back, we don't have any more Gorgie Jang minutes, which is fantastic. Lou has seemed to find himself and find a new interest in playing basketball, which is also good because we need him badly, just as that extra guard. And he goes back to playing more two guard with DeLon on the floor too, which is his natural position. I want to rock with what we got. I like our boys, man.
So I agree, but I look at it as a different thing. I was all on the trade Bogey and Gallo train. Like, they can go. But if once they traded Cam, I was like, well, I would have packaged Cam with somebody and brought somebody back. To me, you're not going to get anybody else. You're not going to get anybody that is of equal value to John Collins in a trade. Even if you package Bogey with it, looking at the stats, John is top 5 in efficiency. He's top 5 in defensive efficiency, offensive rating, offensive efficiency. He's top 5 in all of those categories, and he missed to do it all. And he's top 10 in 3-point percentage as well. You're not gonna find anybody that's better to come to trade for him. Like Jeremy Grant, everybody's saying Jeremy Grant, he's cool. Not John Collins.
He doesn't. He's not a backside rim protector. We get smaller. Jeremy's a better perimeter defender, and we could use some more of that. But DeLon is doing enough of that I would rather have that guy who can play small ball center. Him and Onyeka Okongwu seem to be like John just fits with everybody. It's not that many players in the NBA who whoever you roll him out there with, he's going to find a way to contribute on offense and defense and not get in the way of other people.
And thank God Travis Schlenk is not an idiot, because some of these trade offers just.
I've never seen a good John Collins trade. I've never seen one that's even respectable. And if anybody posts that Josh Richardson and Marcus Smart for John Collins trade again, I'm liable to slap you. Like it is literally the most disrespectful thing that I've ever seen in my life. And I can't for the life of it imagine why you think Josh Richardson and Marcus Smart are better than one of the most efficient players in the NBA.
Definitely not comparable, man. Definitely not comparable. So I agree with you, man. That's the reason why I say don't trade anybody, because to me, your biggest trade piece was Cam plus somebody. And once you traded Cam and didn't didn't pair him with anybody to get somebody else, that was a wrap. Like, to me, well, as you said, you couldn't have got Obi Toppin. If you wanted to trade him to the Knicks, you could have traded Cam plus somebody and got Obi Toppin back. I mean, but they didn't. But you never know.
What else are you giving up to get Obi Toppin?
Probably a pick. And they got picks back in that trade. So
they're not giving up no picks because what? Travis hits on every one of these picks, clearly like Onyeka Okongwu. Draft capital is too valuable for the Atlanta Hawks. They have literally built this thing into the draft and not missed. I don't know anybody who's drafted as many good players as we have. Might be ever. Be tough to build a team. The Warriors. My apologies.
Talking about drafting?
Yes. The Warriors.
You tripping? No, I wouldn't even go with them. Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Kendrick Perkins, Steven Adams, all drafted.
And they did go to. You're right. But what I was saying, and I might have been a little bit over the top. Let me back that up a little bit. We drafted well. That's what I meant to say. Very well. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if we're ever going to see Sharif or Jalen play, but it would be nice. I assume that Jalen Johnson giving the G League 25 and 10 every night probably means he's a pretty decent basketball player.
I think Jalen will play next year. And this will get us into our likes and dislikes portion of the Hawks segment. Last week's games, the Hawks, and I'm going to go ahead and include the Lakers on last week's games because they played today. Last week's game, Sunday to Sunday, we played the Hornets, the Kings, the Celtics, and the Lakers. Those are our last 4. Of course, we're on a 7-game winning streak. So the last 4 games, that's 4 dubs. Beat the Hornets like a drum in Charlotte, which is really important because Charlotte is a really good home team. Normally, they just got beat like a drum today too. But then we beat the Kings, who we were supposed to beat. Then we beat the Celtics, which is a very important game to win. DeAndre Hunter is that man. Locked up Jason Tatum again. John Collins feasted on the Celtics again. Trey did what he does.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, if y'all keep rolling Jason Tatum out there to guard John Collins, he is going to be barbecue chicken every time. There is not a soul. There are 2 teams, Celtics and Lakers. The Lakers might have 1-2 people, LeBron and AD, who can guard John Collins. That's it. That is it. And the Celtics, boy, only thing they got is the Lord himself. You better hope that he order your steps, because John Collins put y'all in the air fryer multiple times. And while we're talking about John Collins, one of the things I did see recently, I did want to show y'all. I'll make sure Reggie puts it in there. I want y'all to notice, if y'all can see, that this is John Collins This is his shooting profile right here. And if you know anything about it, green means good. There are 2 spots on the floor where he's red. And in those 2 spots, he's shooting 35% and 33%. Everything else is green or yellow. His efficiency is through the roof. I don't know why we don't go to him more when we hit like our shooting lulls. He makes damn near everything that he shoots. Just give him the ball.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So with those last 4 games, what I like about those games, I like that Trey is getting, it has been a concerted effort. And I think, as I said, I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist, but I think once he realized that he was pretty much a shoe-in for the All-Star game, he started playing more team ball for Trey to get everybody else involved. If you look at those games, and if you have a chance, you can go check our references. You can go back on YouTube and get the 9-minute highlight or whatever. Trey makes it a point to get everybody involved in the first quarter. We go to John Collins early. We establish that threat. Clint Capella, I'll get to that. We go to Kevin Werder. We get that established. We get all of our starters established, and then Trey is starting to pick his spots. So that's what I like, is that by him playing that way, he's also cut down on his turnovers. So those are some of the likes that I have. And of course, my final like, bench mob, 70 points. The bench scored 70 points against the Kings, and they scored 40 something points today against the Lakers. The bench mob and moving Bogey to the bench has been key, man. So before I get to dislikes, man, tell me your likes about last week's games.
Onyeka Okongwu's energy. He comes out here every game ready to play basketball, and he's typically matched up against guys who are world beaters. He dealt with Cat, dealt with AD, dealt with Giannis. And that's the reason, we talk about these guys who are legit world beaters, and I say, hey, the Hawks don't have that one guy, but it's 4 of them back there who will jump you together, and it's going to be difficult for you to be all 4 of them. You got Gallo going, old man, you're getting away. Onyeka Okongwu is going to play high energy. Then you still got John and Clint. So I like our big man play. I also liked that it seemed like everybody is just more concerned about winning. Clint didn't play pretty much really any of the fourth quarter once Onyeka Okongwu got hot, and he's the starter. He's the elder statesman of the team, and Onyeka Okongwu was just working, so he just never came back. Same thing with Kevin Huerter. You started the game, but Bogey was cooking. You got to let him cook. We have to continue that, ride the hot hand, and when you're not hot, let that man live.
Yeah, man. So I agree, man. All of those are great points. Now, you wouldn't be a fan of an Atlanta team if you didn't have any dislikes. So I saw that Cooper Cup play. That's why I was just looking. The dislikes. Trey, and as you alluded to it earlier today against the Lakers, and it's something that Trey had been working on very well. His shot selection has improved, but he still has a little bit of that bucket in his system where he just go chuck it. Like today, when the Lakers would come, we finally took the lead and we were going up, and then the Lakers, Trey went and shot a stupid 3, a step back fade to the right. If you're a right-handed basketball shooter, and you fade to the right, that's a really, really difficult shot. And it was a step back, and he did it with like 17 on the shot clock. And I didn't understand it. And then, of course, Malik Monk comes down there who just torches the Hawks. Hit a 3 to tie the game, and he had 27 points. So I don't like that Trey sometimes falls into the fuck it in his system and still shoots. But it is what it is. My biggest dislike right now.
I hate that because he does stuff, because he did it twice. The first time was a really bad shot with a long rebound. Then he came back, and that shot that they put all over the internet of him shooting that shot all rust was a terrible shot. But it had a good outcome, so it reinforces the bad habit. That frustrates me. That rush shot was just luck. It went up, We just said and went in. And if not for the luck, that's 2 really bad shots and could have lost us a game.
Yep. My final dislike is our closeouts on shooters right now are pretty bad. Jason Tatum. I think right now, because of our depth, we're just really just bludgeoning teams with body blows all through the game. But Jason Tatum got hot in the third quarter. Nobody's closing out on him. Malik Monk, Avery Bradley, Carmelo. Who was it against the Kings? Even though we kind of held them down, but it was Harrison Barnes. Like, all these players are getting open shots. And it's not like I'm okay if you give Avery Bradley an occasional open shot. I'm okay if you give Mo Harkless for the Kings an open shot. I don't care about that. You don't give the player that has the most points on the team an open shot. That can't happen. Malik Monk literally does one thing for the Lakers against us. He just shoots threes and he be open. So I think our closeouts have got to get better in order for us, because right now, and I'll talk about this coming up, man, we got a little bit of a juggernaut coming up these next 5 games.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't play chumps forever. Eventually, it's going to be an ebb and a flow in the schedule.
Yep. So that's my dislikes, man. Tell me yours.
I want to manage the clock, and I want us to manage our leads a little bit better. I feel like a lot of times we will be winning the game. Like, we can tell that we're winning the game, but even when we were losing today, I was like, we're winning this game. But we just missing shots. Yeah, we just don't need that. That we can't handle. And that's frustrating for me, specifically against teams that we need to just get on out of the paint and try to, just handle them quickly. We should have never gone away from John Collins. There's not a soul out there that was stopping John Collins today.
Oh, okay, fine. That's another dislike, but that'll be a mutual dislike. Why don't we feed you? How do you have 12 points in one quarter and then don't get a shot in the second quarter?
That, for the life of me, I don't understand. But it's somewhat John. But since John doesn't have, and I've also watched Trey. I watch a lot of Trey and John, and when they both have mismatches. And I wish Trey would look at it a little bit differently. He's like, okay, well, I know John is taking my man, so I have a much larger, slower guy against me. But so he just tries to blow by the guy, which I get that. You're faster than him. Let me just go by him. But the shot, John is just way more efficient. You just have a much higher chance of John making that bunny on a small guard. And he wants Trey, he likes to have control. You can see he's a control freak. And sometimes you got to rescind some of that control and let John cook, because if he squares up, he's going to shoot it right over you, or he's going to just blow past you. There's nobody out there who could deal with him but AD. So whoever was playing center was basically covered up. That's the reason John didn't really score in the fourth. And I wasn't Superman about that. And that's what allowed Onyeka Okongwu just stand in the paint and keep dunking the ball.
So yeah, man, Trey, you gotta look at John Collins has, like you said, has a better chance of making the layup. Now, Trey, if it's a switch and Clint Capella's man is on you, you go to the rim all day, because here's another disrespect, man, or another thing I don't like, another dislike. Clint Capella misses more layups. He double pumped the layup today, and there was nobody there, and missed it.
Hey,
there was nobody there.
Yeah, you know what they say? Don't buy a woman a watch, because it means your time is counting down. Well, Clint, I got a Timex waiting on you, big dog, because Onyeka Okongwu is coming for your spot soon and very soon. He plays much tougher than you. He has a way better offensive touch. The thing that keeps Capella in the game is he is a top-tier rebounder. When he's out there, he is going to get the rebound.
You be watching them boards, bro.
Yes. But if you notice, when even though Onyeka Okongwu is not the best rebounder, John Collins will get you 11 rebounds every time if he plays a bunch of minutes without Clint Capella. He is confident and competent in getting 10, 11 rebounds very easily. So I feel like Atlanta will probably be comfortable. And it's tricky. Like, can you swap them? I mean, I think you might be better off putting Clint on the bench in the future because Onyeka Okongwu's touch is just so much better. But you could probably stretch it out another season to Clint starting and Onyeka Okongwu being the backup.
So right now, the way the minutes look, I was thinking about that, and I knew you were going to bring that up. The minutes look like they pretty much split minutes. One, because Capella is coming back from injury or strain or nicks and cuts from the season. But two is because Okongwu he is a much better finisher at the rim than Capella is, and I think Capella honestly has gotten worse. So they split minutes, and it's kind of the same thing with Bogey and Werder. Werder is more of a playmaker, and he's more, I don't want to say passive, but he'll pass the ball more than Bogey will.
To live in the system. You throw the ball over, at a Bogey, it is DEAD. He gonna shoot that. You go ahead and either get it out of the net or get the rebound, but you won't get it back.
Nope. So putting Bogey on the bench allows him, especially with Lou, because Lou and DeLon Wright, who's again another, like I can talk about that too, shooting a career high for 3-point percentage because he's now getting those Cam Reddish minutes. Sorry, TLC, you thought you was in them. You thought you was in the rotation, brother.
You thought wrong.
So, with Lou coming in, like you said, playing the two, DeLon Wright playing the one, but still shooting 40% from three, and Okongwu, who is blocking and dunking and everything, I didn't realize he had that much bounce. Everybody said that was the steal of the draft, and I didn't believe them. What play call is this? What is this?
I did not think that he could jump until today. And I was like, oh. I thought he had like the Draymond Green plus ups package. No. That one today.
That one hand.
Yes, Lord. 3 for 3. 3 for 3. I am 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 for 3.
Jimmy G. Well, Norwood, ladies and gentlemen, just won 18 beers off your boy. That's all right, because we are
18, baby.
We would love to be sponsored by Yingling Flight because not only are they a good beer, when you bet beers and lose, they are very economical. So a 6-pack ain't nothing but $7. So
I'm up 42, baby.
Up 42 beers. It's all right, man. It's all right.
Salud.
7-0. Salute. Hey, man. I'm not a sore loser when it comes to teams I don't care about. Yeah, I'm not a sore loser, but if it was Georgia, we'd probably have to cut. I wouldn't be here. But
wait. So while we're here, Jimmy G, grab your shit, man. You won't be coming back here again. Let me tell you.
That boy pulled another. What was that? I mean, what was that? What was that? That's what I get for putting my head.
Fired. Son, how my coach say you fired. You are, in fact, fired. Get a new man in here right now. And OBJ going to the Super Bowl after starting
the season. Baker Mayfield's not. So is Von Miller.
Boy, Shaker Mayfield is in there punching air, crying in the car. Oh, and once again, let's give shout out to Black dads doing the right thing for their kids. OBJ Sr., you the real MVP.
Papa Ramsey, too. Ramsey was really critical of Jacksonville, and they got him out of there.
Got him out of Jacksonville. Let me tell you, this thing is not going well. And then look at him now.
Look at them girls crying. Matt Stafford, 15 years of potential.
Yeah.
15. Oh, come on, OBJ. No, I don't know who that.
Look at Jimmy, boy.
But back to it, man. Sorry, guys. You know how it is when we watch sports. Back to it, man. There's a lot of dislikes. But, yeah, OO is playing. And the fact that we are now doing what Nate is kind of – you play 2K. Nate is kind of playing this like 2K. He's giving the bench guys like, y'all come in and shoot. We're going to play all pretty much the same minutes. Y'all play 21 minutes, 19, 22, whatever. And y'all make it work depending on what we have. And I think that's what Nate wanted to do all the time. And I hate to bring it back. I'm not bashing you. That's what Nate wanted to do with Cam. But Cam did not buy in. So it is. We got Kevin Knox.
Now, for me, I will also say he's balanced out the egos. You can't have – Trey has an ego and Bogey has an ego. And it's you can't them on the floor together causes a little shooting issue. Now, towards the end of the game, you're gonna follow the guy who's hot. But
that's right. Whitworth has never been to a Super Bowl either.
Correct. This allows us to finally get a chance to kind of have, like, it evens our scoring out. Bogey, you can get in there, and DeLon is an adult. He gonna shoot where he needs to.
DeLon the adult. There's your nickname.
Yeah, he'd be in there. Hey, you need me to get a rebound? Sweet. You need me to play some perimeter defense? Sweet, I can do that. Whatever you ask of him, he's gonna do. Lou's just he's the oldest guy on the team. He's just out there grooving and hanging out.
Well, so before you go, Lou has really been instrumental in Okongwu's growth. He's taught Okongwu how to defend, not defend, how to rotate and play on the pick and roll. Lou has taken him up under his wing. Go ahead.
You boy, OBJ got you want to damn near shed a tear.
Yeah, Debo out there crying. I don't really have no, I bet on the 49ers. Debo went to South Carolina, and he talked shit about Georgia when we beat their ass. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Gee, that boy, don't let nothing. This black man going through a very emotional time period. He like, hey, man, walk it off, my friend. You'll be all right.
Hey, man, you right.
Look at Jimmy G. This will be my last game.
Look at OBJ.
Oh, man, I'm out there. I am out there like never before if I'm OBJ. But, yeah, also, Lou playing like an adult. DeLon finding his spots. Gallo is just going to Gallo. And he's the all-time bailout. No matter what, they were like, hey, we low in the shot clock. Just throw it to Gallo. Chuck it up there. And that allows Bogey to just shoot all the shots he wants to. And if you notice, Bogey has the ball. He's facilitating a lot. Him and Onyeka Okongwu threw tubes today. I've never seen Bogey pass like this and really, he likes to more catch and shoot or, try to create his own shot. But to really facilitate, that opens up a whole different dynamic on that bench. And once again, I said that we are one of the deepest teams in the NBA. I'm glad that we've kind of hopefully figured it out. We got to see what we really look like against some better teams. But we've done what we've needed to so far, and that makes me happy because we haven't been doing that so far.
Speaking of better teams, man, great segue, man. That gets us into next week's games, the what to watch for. So our next week's games, which we'll go Monday to Sunday. Raptors, home versus the Raptors tomorrow. Thursday, then we get a 3-day break, and then we play the Suns at home. The Suns right now on a 9-game winning streak, and they're 39-9 with the best record in the league.
They got the longest winning streak. We have the second longest winning streak.
Then we go to Toronto for a back-to-back after playing the Suns. Then we go to Dallas next Sunday. So those next 4 games, 2 against the West, 2 playoff teams, 2 against the East, the Toronto Raptors that are ahead of us. That how we respond to these games, we should beat the Raptors. We should beat the Raptors twice. It should not. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same week, but we should beat the Raptors. We're healthy. We're a deeper team. We have better talent. We got to stop Boucher, but we should beat the Raptors. I'm interested to see in what to watch for. State Farm Bowl or the State Farm game. Chris Paul versus Trey. DeAndre Hunter versus Devin Booker. John Collins versus whoever they have at the 4. And I think DeAndre Ayton's going to play. So DeAndre Ayton versus Clint Capella and Onyeka Okongwu. I'm interested to see that team versus our team. And then, of course, with the Mavericks, I'm interested to see how our defense holds up against both of those guys. Because both of those teams are – the Suns can get on a run team-wise. The Mavericks can get on a run with Luka. So I'm interested to see how we fare. And if we can somehow, if we keep the winning streak going, that is, I mean, the best scenario possible. But if we can win 3 out of 4, 2 out of 2, I'm not mad at it.
So for me, you're right. We need to beat the Raptors twice because they're, I think, a game ahead of us. So we could pass them if we beat them twice. Mm-hmm. Realistically, we're probably going to lose to the Suns. Suns are a damn good team. That's probably the end of the streak. And then the Mavericks. The Mavericks are a one-man band. And I do feel confident that we should be able to beat them because DeAndre Hunter will have a decent amount of rest. And of course, you just got to go out and put your hands on Luka. And DeAndre Hunter has a track record, of doing exactly that to Luka. He frustrates the absolute hell out of Luka. He's strong, but he's fast. He can keep up with him, and he plays good disciplined basketball. He doesn't make a lot of risky plays. So I feel confident that we're outside of Luka. Everybody else on our team is better than the Mavericks. So we should beat them.
You think Porzingis is going to play?
Don't matter. Collins is better than Porzingis.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to argue with that, but
he's better, and he actually plays. You know, John Collins is probably going to play the majority of the games. Kristaps is man made of glass. He plays every other game. So
he's not playing right now. That's what I'm looking at to see if he played this game. He didn't play.
And then the team that's in front of us is the Celtics. Celtics have a tough little schedule coming up.
Where they should 34, 12, and 11 today. And they lost to the Magic.
That's fine. That is more than fine. That's exactly what I want to happen. That's the Zach LaVine game. Give him 50 and let everybody else do nothing.
Yeah.
So the Celtics, they play the Heat tomorrow. That you would assume that's going to be an L. Then they play the Hornets on February 2nd, my dad's birthday. You would assume that's going to be an L. Then they get the Pistons and Magic. The Magic, I always tell you, they're not the best team, like, as far as getting it together, but they have some good players on that team and can win, on like tonight. You can go out and beat somebody if you mess around with them.
The Magic will be in the play-in next year.
I don't know if they keep everybody around, but I guess you probably Markelle Fultz, I would assume, is done there. And that's some money.
Everybody else is. Oh, they got to re-sign Mo.
Which I don't know if you can. You probably can't. You can't keep Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter Jr., and Jonathan Isaac. I
forgot about Jonathan Isaac.
Yeah. But yeah. I would have probably, I like to play with the super characters. I would have kept Mo Bamba and Jonathan Isaac and let Wendell Carter. You might be able to still slide Wendell Carter Jr. to the bench just because he's such a cheap contract. And then whoever's playing well is who starts. Kind of the same situation we got. If you're playing good, then you can play. If not, then get on the bench and do what you can from there. But I think that we could realistically, then the Celtics come back and play the Nets and the Nuggets, and then us again, and then the 76ers. My goodness.
It's not looking good for them.
Yeah, so I really think that by the time this is all over, we should in the next 2 weeks, these are definitely the most important weeks of our season, but we could get into that 6-7 spot. We need to be hunting the Hornets is the new team that we should be hunting. We need to go ahead and pass the Celtics, go ahead and pass the Raptors, and maybe Cleveland drops a few. They're winning. I ain't
gonna lie to you. Them first 6 teams is gonna be hard to catch, dude.
Oh yeah. I just
Nets, Bucks, Cavaliers, 76ers, Bulls, Heat.
I just want to get.
They're playing tough.
I realistically just want to get to the 6th seed so that we can.
Motherfuckers playing a home game in the Super Bowl.
Yep, back-to-back home games. Tampa last year, LA this year. But for me, I want to get into the 6th seed. I want to stay out of the play-in, and I hope that maybe we can catch a depleted Bulls team, or maybe the Cavs make a push. I want to stay away from the Nets. The only team I really want to stay away from is a healthy Nets team. I feel confident. And the 76ers. Nets and 76ers are the teams that I want no smoke with. I don't want to see Embiid Olajuwon. And I don't want to see that.
Not a motivated Embiid, because motivated Embiid will be against us. He'll be
exactly.
He'll be Shaq.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So, but everybody else, that seeding matters. But we are an experienced team. I feel confident that our teams are better than all the rest of those teams. The Bucks maybe, but with no Lopez, I feel confident that we can beat them. That's another team who's just gonna have to jump Giannis in there. Our wing defenders are actually going to play defense this time, but hopefully DeAndre Hunter's still healthy there.
I think we could get to I think our best bet would be, and this is definitely just us talking now. We finished our list for the Hawks topics, but I think looking at the schedule, I think for us to be able to get to, if we were to get to the playoffs and get out of the play-in, I think the 6th seed is probably the best spot for us because we'll end up playing, was it 1 verse 8, 2 verse 7, 3 verse 6? We could probably, you got to look at the Bulls. The Bulls are hurt, so you know that they're going to fall. The Heat probably going to stay in that 1 or 2 seed. So we're either going to play the Cavs or the Bulls, because I think the 76ers are going to push up to the 2nd seed. And I think the Bucks are going to pretty much stay in the 5th seed. So I think it's going to be, we need to be either in the 6th or 5th seed because all those other teams are going to fall down. And we match up healthy. We match up well, like you said, with everybody else in the league or in the East, except for the Nets and the 76ers. I have zero confidence against the 76ers. I have zero confidence against the Nets with Kevin Durant coming off 6 weeks of rest and rehabilitation.
Yeah, but James Harden is hurt. I mean, they all look nicked, but you just don't want that smoke. It's just not. That's not what you want in the first round.
Nope.
So yeah, let's just avoid the 76ers, avoid the Nets. Everybody else, man, let's lace them up. I feel confident that we'll give you a run for your money and probably beat you, honestly. As long as we're healthy. Adios to the Wizards. Y'all talked all that trash about being better than us. Boy, y'all are sinking. The Knicks, y'all hold down Cam Reddish. Pacers, boy, that is a travesty for a team this good to be this bad.
The Pistons, they're going to be another team playing next year, too. Well, not next year. 2 years from now, they'll be in the play-in. Unless they got money, though. They got money. Yeah.
They got money, and you need a couple more assets, and then you're going to be looking at teams like the Knicks and the Wizards like, bro, y'all can't be all the way down here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of episode 42, the ATL edition of the Splash Cast, where we talked about everything from the Braves, Falcons, and Hawks. Make sure y'all check in and tune out, and make sure y'all tune in and check out the podcast on YouTube or Instagram, all of that. If I didn't miss anything, Norwood, take us out. My man got a full gray beard up there.
Yes, let us take a moment to celebrate a big win for Norwood. I went undefeated this weekend. I won all 3 bets. That's 18 beers on the way. I feel great about that. I got 24 last weekend to come back. I feel super confident in what I'm doing here in the program that I'm running. Always remember, like, subscribe. Oh, you hate me. Yes. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. This episode will come out on Tuesday. Splashcast 12-pack will be out on Wednesday, already put together. And then Thursday, we're coming back with Around the League. We really appreciate everything you guys support us with. Of course, more Black baseball, more Black cowboys and cowgirls. Always remember to send money to your favorite historically Black college and university, the Hampton University. Also take a couple of dollars and send them to the universities you graduated from. Outside
or
of that,
your local HBCU if you didn't graduate from it.
That too. Send money to all the Black schools and to Black kids. They need it. With that said, the only thing left for us to do now is celebrate and hang out, and let's all hang out and drink beers. I love you, Reg.
Remember to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube at Dive Team Media, follow us on Twitter, follow us on all your DSPs. Remember the Splashcast 12-pack comes out on Wednesday, the ATL edition comes out on Tuesday, the Around the League edition of the pod comes out on Thursday, and then Saturday, 11 o'clock. Y'all see it every Saturday at 11 o'clock. Saturday Morning Live, man, where we get in there, we talk, we appreciate the engagement. More and more people are tuning in, so we got more topics. Make sure if you guys want to talk about something, we're gonna start posting a little. What would you like for us to talk about on Saturday Morning Live coming up? Interact with us, give us a response, and we'll make sure we get it on the show. Be on the lookout for the website still coming soon, as well as us dropping a Twitch our Twitch link so that we can start live broadcasting using Twitch, where we'll be able to broadcast on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever else, all at one time. So with that being said, man, make sure y'all chill out with us. And of course, we didn't do it before. I missed it. 1, 2, 3. Hang out.
Hang out. And follow me to the fridge. I'll be drinking more of Reggie's beers there. Y'all be safe.
Y'all
Adios,
stay safe,
amigos.
Love y'all.
Push a P. Yeah, push a P. Turn me up. Turn me up, P. Pointers in the paddock in my piece. I'm push a P.
Cop new hammers for my P. We don't want no peace.
Got a spot across the spot. Just for peace.
Drop the data, now we planting exotic peas. She not a lesbian for peace. She turned lesbian. Push a P.
I'm push a P. On capital P, I write the president, count presidents.
Push a P.
Portuguese on her knees, mopping down a P. She let me squeeze and she leave, cause she keep a P.
Private suite, privacy, bitch, I'm pushing P.
Purple paint, pussy pink, bitch, I'm pushing P.
Push a P.
I'm pushing P.
Push a P.
I'm pushing P.
Yeah. Push a P.
I'm pushing P.
Push a P.
I'm pushing P.
Yeah.
I pop a P. I'm paranoid. I can't sleep with pockets deep. Got rest on me. Why they watching me? I'm
Push a P.
I'm pushing P.
Push a P.
I'm pushing P.
Yeah.
Touch it, bunch of P. Okay, bought a P, not a pill of Porsche.
Push a P.
3 P's, popcorn, Porsche.
Push a P.
I just fucked a cup of water. I did. Push a P, red bandana Cardinals. I'm a P, you at your whole endorsement. Yeah. She ain't vanilla for me, she simply porcelain. I never saw ops, now we finally touched. She ready to get in the streets.